Hello YouTube, Arrow Assassin here today. Welcome back to another video. Today we're doing another add-on video. This has been the most popular thing I'm always asked every single time. I've done a few in Legion, I did one in BFA, so this is going to be another updated version of it. I have two new ones since I last made the other one, and just going to make another one. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. First one is called Capping Battleground Timers. What this does is basically you'll see things on the right hand of the screen for when something's about to cap. So like for example, 59 seconds until the Arethe Basin flag captures, or like 15 something seconds probably until I think the Eye of the Storm flag returns, or 4 minutes something I think until the AV towers capture. It also does in Wintergrass announce when one of the walls is destroyed. So I found this to be one of my favorite add-ons simply due to the fact that it's always nice to know when something is about to be lost or how much longer until it's about to be captured, because you could maybe get it back in time. Who knows? So this is pretty much one of my favorite add-ons. You can pretty much mess around with however you like. There's a bunch of different unique stuff, but that's pretty much what the add-on does. Short and to the sweet point. It's just to basically announce when something is about to be something is about to be destroyed or is destroyed, like wintergrass walls. Flags are about to be captured, flags about to be respawned, stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much what this add-on does. And gonna go ahead and move on to the next one. Next is a add-on called Mongol Man. This is my newest one that in my last add-on video I did not have. And those of you have been watching my battleground videos already know what this does. Unfortunately, I can't show you guys because I'm not in the battleground, but I'll try and put a little mini clip of what it does during the video. But essentially, what it does is it tracks your damage, and it gives you these different unique pictures. You can do different faces. You can customize it a little bit. Like, I don't think you can customize it with your own pictures, but because they have their own. But there's tons of different ones, so you can customize whichever one you want. Um, there's I think first, second, and third place on each one get different things. I think damage is like a wheelchair type of thing, and KBs is a picture of a face, and no deaths, you get a mug, so it's like pretty cool. But as soon as you die, that's pretty much empty. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It also shows the enemy team who is the dangerous threat. Like if, for example, if nobody on your team is top on damage, or it goes by whoever's like top on the battlegrounds, damage or KBs, they'll show a picture on their nameplate. So it's pretty cool. You could see who's dangerous without even looking at the scoreboard, who's going to be the most threatening on the team that way. So if you run into them, you'll see who the most threat is, pretty much, probably for the most part. Uh, but yeah, that's pretty much what Mongol Man does. Basically, to summarize it up a little bit shorter for you guys, is it tracks damage, and it tracks your KBs, it tracks your it gives you all this cool pictures and stuff. It shows you the pictures and all that on the other team if they're dangerous. For example, also as well, if everybody on your team, if there's like 6 horde, for example, since I'm horde, that are like top KBs and damage, that means nobody on the alliance is really a threat, and you probably won't see anybody with pictures in the background. That's pretty much how it works. So either way, in my opinion, it's one of my favorite add-ons. I've actually really enjoyed it since I've gotten it, so I would recommend it to you guys. The only downside is the picture thing is, I mean, the box thing, the box for the pictures is pretty big, but other than that, not really much complaints about it. Next up is nameplate cooldowns. This is really, honestly, the most popular thing I get asked. So here's what nameplate cooldowns does. Short and sweet to the point. It basically tracks the cooldowns of just pretty much of enemy cooldowns. Like it basically, if a paladin uses bubble, then it basically shows how much longer until it's up. That's really about what this add-on does. It's straight up to the point. It just tracks their cooldowns. So if bubble's about to be up, it'll be off their thing. So, like for example, if you don't see bubble above their nameplate, it means he has it up. That's really about it. And if they do have the ability above their nameplate, like bubble is above their nameplate, that means it's on cooldown and you don't have to worry about it. And same for other abilities like lay on hands. If you don't see it on there, he has it up. For example, that's pretty much what this add-on is about. You can customize it a little bit. You can make it bigger. You can even also disable certain spells, stuff like that. So that's pretty much what nameplate cooldowns does. I use it in combination with tidy plates, which is what you're seeing right now. You can see the line across the screen. That's pretty much what tidy plates is. Or if I put a video in and show you guys what nameplates is like, that's pretty much what tidy plates is. I use with tidy plates. So I use those two in combination. So that's pretty much all there is to it about tidy plates and nameplate cooldowns. Next up is bowground enemies, and let me see if it's still on here. There we go. Battleground size, let me see if I can make it testing here, toggle test mode. There we go. So battleground enemies is this on the right hand of the screen. There's different colors for every class. You can imagine what they are. Yellow is obviously rogue, orange is druid, blue is shaman, purple is demon hunter, green for hunter, and so on and so forth. You can make it for 40 mans, you can make it for 15 mans. For me personally, I have 40 mans disabled because it's too much on the screen, so I disable it for that. But this is one of my favorite add-ons, along with capping and mongol man for PvP, because that way it makes it easier to target the healers and stuff. People are always asking me like, how do I target people and all that in game and stuff. I just target them with enemy, and then this is pretty much what I usually do. You guys can do the same if you want to too. I always look at people's HP and I judge everybody before the battleground even starts. It's just how I judge how the group is going to go anymore. Just because PvA is pretty much gear dependent. I find the scaling to be just complete crap, to be honest. It's very, very slim chance of people winning when they're under geared. It's not impossible, but whoever the geared group is usually tends to do better. So I just judge by HP, because HP is pretty much who's geared. For example, I see a lot of people still coming to battlegrounds with 100k HP, then you already know how that's going to go versus somebody with around 350k, and in some cases I've seen 400k people. So it's just, you can always tell usually by the start by how geared the group is by HP. So that's the reason why I like this add-on, for this two reasons. One, it's easier to target and focus people like the healers and see what they are. And then you can also check out the start of the game and see what their health are and so on and so forth. So that's what pretty much battleground enemies does. It's just easier to target people. Moving on to the next add-on here. It is called Tell Me When. Tell Me When is basically, it's not necessarily a PvP add-on, you don't really need it, but I use this specifically mostly for one toon, and that is my druid, which I'll probably put on the screen as well. Basically what this add-on does is it tracks your whatever you put in it. For example, I use it for my druid to track the Azurite traits, Arcanic Pulsar. So when I get close to 9 stacks, I can pop a Star Surge and get my free incarnation, because the Star Surge trait from Pulsar gives me an incarnation. So it's a very useful add-on. If you have any spec or class or reason to put Tell Me When, I would grab it. It's not really needed. I haven't really found or can't think of anything else besides keeping my track for my druid. But I'm sure there is, but I'm just not really thinking about it that much. But that's what I use Tell Me When for. It's pretty much, I guess this would be more so a bonus type of add-on if you really want it, but I find it useful for my druid. That's really all there is to it. So, moving on to the next one. This is also one of my most popular add-on requests. Let me see if I can find it. It is called Advanced Interface Options. And basically, the only reason why I got this add-on is short story. I had scrolling battle text, and you guys wanted me to get rid of it so much. I tried battling it for so long, but I just accepted it and got rid of it. And and I could not stand the small text for my damage. It bothered me so much to the point where I was actually just going to say screw it and get it back until I believe I saw a YouTube video. I don't remember how I did it, and unfortunately I can't tell you guys, otherwise I would be glad to, but I can't tell you how. But I found a way to make the text bigger, and it was with this add-on. So that is the only reason why I got this add-on, is to make the damage font bigger. You can see right now, for example, the text is actually bigger, the damage text. So I can actually see it a lot easier. So that's the reason why I have this add-on. So, short story and to the point. I don't remember which one it is, unfortunately, so if you guys manage to find it, feel free to post in the comments, but I can't honestly remember how I made it bigger. But for those that are wondering how I make my text bigger, it was with this add-on. I just don't remember exactly how. It was just so long ago, and I honestly can't remember how I did it. It was one of these things in the CVR browser, and what you had to do was like click one of these numbers and then just change it to like 2, I think, or maybe it was 3. Like I said, I don't exactly remember, but that's pretty much it. Moving on to the next add-on. This is my newest one I just got the other day, and in fact it's not even in my video yet, depending on when I post this. I might post this before I even post the video that I announced I got it. It's called Don't Cast. What this add-on does is essentially, hold on, let me cast, don't cast, I have to think what it was, show, I think it was show. And what this does is essentially, you can type in, like for example, if a warlock or a warrior casts spell reflect, it will pretty much show this straight in your face. You can make it bigger, you can make it smaller, or whatever you want. For me personally, I'm just going to make it bigger because I am sometimes blind as a bat. So I have it bigger, and I'm sure you'll see that in the video. That way, if they use it, you can just immediately stop your cast. Just immediately. That way you won't hit yourself in the face, because the amount of times I've hit myself in the face with spell reflect on my balanced druid and a few other casters is just, it's a lot. So, will it always stop it? Because depending on how the warrior or warlock use it, it won't always save you, but it will definitely improve, in my opinion, because some people just use it whenever they want. But yeah, so that's the reason why I got this add-on. It's mostly because of the spell reflex and all that. You can also use it for shell, bubble, whatever, but my main thing I got it for was because of the reflex. So I find Don't Cast to be one of my favorite add-ons now, simply due to the fact that it has helped with that reason. So Don't Cast hide if you want to get rid of it, and boom. Next time you see a spell reflect or anything else like bubble, if you have it up, or some other abilities, it will pop up right in your face. That's pretty much all my PvP add-ons. I'll explain one more add-on that I personally like, that you guys might like too. It's more so just a bonus add-on. I recommend it to my friends because I feel like this add-on is just really good because people send you links and all that. But essentially, it's called Prats. What it does is you can just copy text from the game, and you just can link it to somebody, and then they can get it and then copy that link. Actually, well, you can send the link to somebody, or I mean, say for example, somebody linked me YouTube.com, and I can copy that link and bring my screen on, put it on the internet, and go to that website. So basically, that's what it does. There's also, yeah, that's basically what the main reason of it does. You can also copy somebody's trash talk and just send it to your friends so that they can get a good laugh out of it. It's actually pretty amusing. It's also another good thing I like about this add-on. But I think that's all the add-ons right now. The rest aren't just really as important. It's just like your standard deadly boss mods, and some other useless, it's not really useless, but just nothing too fancy for PvP. But those are all the PvP add-ons I basically use. I hope you guys found this video helpful. And that's it, guys. I will catch you guys later.